My first divorce was peaceful. It was nice. We split apart and we left with everything we came with. My second wife, she wanted to take me to the cleaners, and she did. So lost my home, lost everything.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are in Las Vegas on the Strip. We're here with John. How you doing, John?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Good, buddy. You were originally from where?
Prosniste Brac, Yugoslavia, which is province of Brac, Dubrovnik,
Yeah.
Yugoslavia. Yeah, I was born and raised there. I went 14 years to seminary school and then was immigrated to the United States to work on our apple ranch. And my family and the Guerra family started Apple City, which is Watsonville, California now. Okay, my parents took the Aptos side, or my family took the Aptos side, and the Garretts took the Watsonville side, and we had 27 different varieties, 3,600 acres of apples, and I grew 'em.
All right, man. I want to hear your life story. So, what
Okay.
year were you born?
I was born in 1955 in Dubrovnik, Yugoslavia.
Okay, then when did you come to the States?
I came when I was 14 years old.
Why did you come to the States? Was there?
I was immigrated over to work on our family's apple ranch, and my 10th great grandfather and the Guerra 10th great grandfather strapped two barrels from the old country, looked across at the new world, and put two barrels together, roped them together, some makeshift planks, a makeshift sail, and each carrying a gallon of water. 47 days they paddled to New York Harbor, and then wagon trained all the way to Watsonville, California, and started Apple City.
Wow. All right, come over here now.
Okay.
That way you can get comfortable.
All right, there you go. Okay, my great-grandfather, the one who paddled the Atlantic, my 10th great-grandfather, he died in 1624 after building the ranch and getting everything going for the family, okay? Died in 1624, 150 years almost prior to the colonists, okay?
Wow.
And it's in stone in Watsonville at the church on Highway 152. There's 17 Kasanovich mausoleums, and I am the last hole there, right? I mean, my name's on it, and it's...
Okay. All right, buddy. John, where'd you go to school at?
I did seminary for 14 years, like I said, in Dubrovnik, okay? When I immigrated over here, I went to Harbor High 1 year for my freshman year. My sophomore, junior year, I was at Aptos, and then I graduated from Watsonville. I graduated in 1974.
Okay, so it was back then, huh?
Yeah.
You went to college too?
Oh yeah, I did a year at Cabrillo College, man, just a prep course, but I was in construction, and so I did a plan and blueprint and plan reading course, and studied architecture. Then I did 2 years at Cal Berkeley, and wanted to go on to a science major, so I went to Stanford and did 6 years on a science major, graduated with honors with my own doctorate.
You got your doctorate?
Yes.
In what?
In science, man.
Okay.
I can come. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy, though. To me, okay, a doctorate is. They wanted me to teach there. They wanted me to turn around and teach when I graduated there, and I told them that a teacher is somebody that's hiding out there because they couldn't handle it in the real world, and I wanted to go out and handle it, and I did. So there you go, man. I was a carpenter, and I metal and steel frame. The last job I did was for E.F. Brady Company out of Castroville, Central California, and me and my partner, another superintendent, built Transamerica in Daly City, San Francisco, 98 stories. It was amazing. I lost 37 guys in 98. Yeah, in 1998.
How'd you lose them?
No, they died falling. On the job. It was 98 stories tall.
Wow.
But I was still voted for safe contractor for the year. I got all kinds of presents and stuff.
All right. So, okay. John, do you have any children?
Yes, I do. I got a oldest boy he's 45 now. He lives in Chiapas, Mexico. I met a girl when I was on a surf trip as a young kid, and we surfed a spot called Salsa Brava. And it's a really good wave, and I met this girl in a bar, and we kind of went from there. I was living at the family ranch, and with them for the whole 30 days I was there. And then when the 30 days was up, I left for home. I had to get back to work. I had responsibilities and like that. And so then I got 7 months later, I got a letter in the mail that said, I'm having your baby. And right.
You got the letter from Mexico?
Yeah. And she was having my kid. So I was just had got back. So it was like I couldn't go down for the birth or anything like that. But she still likes me to this day, and it's like a deal like that. But the kid understands. He's been a real super son for me, and like that. And I've been down a few times because I have a piece of property down in Mexico myself. I have 55 acres in just north of a town called Todos Santos.
Do you speak Spanish?
Sí, sabes practicar casi completo.
Do you like any of that music?
I like ranchero, ranchero, but I'm more into the cumbia, to tell you the truth.
Oh, yeah?
Like the fast pace. Yeah, I like that double. Hey, Led Zeppelin and all those guys, they say that they learned all their riffs from the Cuban rhythm section or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Rhythm review.
So you can dance?
Well, I mean, you got to swing your girl around every now and again, right?
Yeah.
They like that stuff.
All right, buddy. Did you ever get into drugs or alcohol?
Well, I think everybody has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, and alcohol has never been a thing for me. I am a lightweight, so, like my experiences with drugs only went so far because like I can't even go to the doctor get a shot. So I'll take a pill all day.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? And now I don't even trust that because of the fact that when he's over there saying, hey, I got to give you a shot of penicillin, and he's loading that needle up, okay, is he really giving you penicillin? Did you read that bottle? And even if reading that bottle, who's to say that's really penicillin that's in that bottle? Yeah. See what I'm saying? He might be experimenting. There's all kinds of tweaky people in this world, and you got to be careful. And who wants to go to the doctor? This is a question I have. Who wants to go to the doctor and have him give you some bullshit story that you're dying in 6 months, and now you got to look forward to death, right? And he's putting you on some pills that are getting you sick and shit. Come on, man, there's just scams through the pharmaceutical.
I see what you're saying. All right, John, so what led you to becoming homeless?
Okay, I had things like I worked wide open, man. I have 2 other kids besides my oldest son. My second son now is 39 years old. He's constantly in and out of jail, okay? And he was that way. He hooked up with the wrong crowd, and I got sick of bailing him out, so at 18 I cut him off. From here on out, he's been on his own, and he's in prison right now as we speak. He's not going to get out for 5.5 years left. So he's being fed, and like that I could say. But then my daughter with another girl, okay, I was married to my first wife for 12 years. We had my son, Michael. Okay, that's my second boy. We divorced because of the fact that it just got to be too much, man, and like that. It was all good until the kid was born, and then it's like, where are you going? What are you doing? Who are you seeing? You know what I mean? And like, hey, come on, I still love you. I trust you. You know what I mean? Trust me. But it got that, and it just got too old. And besides the fact they were telling me that I was spending too much time with the kids and not enough time with them, right? I was neglecting them. Okay, and both my exes said that to me. So, and I mean, after the kid's born, isn't the honeymoon kind of over? Yeah. And I thought being a good parent was what it was about, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I'd worked, I brought the paycheck home, right? Okay, I was taking care of everything. Nobody else was bringing in anything, okay? Nice home, blah, 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 okay? And making all kinds of money, living well. But it just got to be to the point but my first divorce was peaceful. It was nice. We split apart, and we left with everything we came with, right? And we're still friends to this day, right? My second wife, she wanted to take me to the cleaners, and she did. So lost my home, lost everything, and didn't really put me into a depression, but it got to where I just didn't see the home life no more because of the fact that you pay property tax. Now I have to pay property tax again every 12 months. What the is that? You know what I mean? This is what we fought the British for, man. This is taxation without representation, and this needs to be addressed. Man, we need, you know what I mean? What they're telling you is the house you own and the house you built, the materials you bought to build it, okay, is yours, but you're renting the property it sits on. Now, what is that? You know what I mean? Because property tax is a luxury tax on top of it, so you could be paying 18 to 25% for it, right? I mean, this is not a regular type thing, man, and this is a political deal, I know.
All right, speaking of politics, what's your views on the war in Ukraine?
Okay, the war in Ukraine, man, the guy, Kaczynski started the thing in the first place, man. 2 months prior to the beginning when Putin went in and dropped the first ordinance, okay, Kaczynski threatened to drop, what do you call it, like the toxic, gaseous chemical warfare stuff onto Moscow, okay? And Putin kind of blew it off because Kaczynski's such a joke, man, and he's such a me kind of guy. He didn't care, like throughout that whole war, he never cared about the people, right? He never cared about the people. One, he was out for his position in the world over there and the country and like that. Okay, so, but he started it. He started the argument or whatever, and I mean, hey, when people do this stuff, instead of funding, hey, Biden, instead of funding, okay, and sending monies and all this armament and all this bullshit over there, wasting the taxpayers' dollars here, why don't you just put those two guys into a ring, right? Okay, and ring the bell and let's have some 15 3-minute rounds, baby, and whoever's standing, okay, now.
How'd you end up on the streets here in Vegas?
Okay, well, how'd I end up in the streets in Vegas? Okay, I've been targeted by these people, man, and I'm trying to get away from them. I got a job offer in Oklahoma in Bartlesville, $72 an hour, and it's building gated communities and elderly living assisted projects and stuff like this, okay? Anyways, there's game rooms, like cafeterias and da-da-da-da-da, right? The whole schmear. Anyways, I was living in Watsonville, okay, and I was in my car because of the fact that I have been red flagged. I can't work no more, okay? They will not allow me to work because of the fake parts inside me. I used to race motocross and
have you been to a shelter, things like that? Have you?
Yeah, but see, I don't really stay in that stuff because of the fact that it's more dangerous inside one of those than it is on the street. Okay, and I was mugged the first day I was here. Okay, I was robbed for a $3,000 laptop, 2 $700 phones, $1,000 out of my front pocket. I was knocked out, unconscious, bleeding out of my head. The cops came and robbed me too. Okay, they stole from me too a $400 baton that I had, a taser, that I never even used on anybody, you know what I mean? I was just for personal protection, and if I had a chance at it, it would help me to win, you know what I mean, or get them off, right, or whatever. Well, they stole that, and then the next morning I couldn't even walk. My knees were screwed up because of the way they hit me down, I guess. But my head was still bleeding and all this shit. I was laying on the sidewalk over downtown, and I was kicked by the cops awake, man, to get moving, man, that's it, you know what I mean? Okay, and I wrecked my car in Bakersfield because I was on my way to Oklahoma, like I was saying. I had a job offer out there. They kept me up for 9 days. These people that are chasing me, they shake my car, and they know I'm living in my car, and so they shake the car, and they with me, they with me, they with me, okay. Now this sleep deprivation is big to them, and it obviously works because this is the third car now that I'm blaming them stealing from me. Okay, I've written a book. I've written my own book. I just don't have the money to get it published yet.
What's it called?
Well, I'm thinking about Watsonville and surrounding cities that the corruption and the involvement within, because of the mass numbers of the people.
How do you say I love you in Yugoslavian?
You know what? I've lost a bunch of it, but I still remember like the greetings, like, and I lost my accent like probably 25 years ago, but I could still say like the greetings. Like if you were to say hello, how are you, and isn't it a beautiful day today?
Yeah.
Okay, you would say kakosi. Well, so that's all you'd say.
Really?
That says all of that. You can't really say like red car. It doesn't work. You say a phrase with every word.
You got any jokes?
I got a good joke, man.
Oh.
This one's got some harsh words to it, right? Okay, but it's really good in the end. And the guy, okay, watch. This kid gets out of the army, all right, and he's going to his hometown, and it's been 4 years now. It's been a long tour, right? So 4 years, he's coming home, walks right past the family house, down to the cat house, man. And he's hard, you know what I mean? He's like, well, why don't you go get a little tail and stuff? So been a long tour, right? So he goes down there, he walks in, he goes, hey, man, give me a woman. And the guy goes, dude, where you been? Man, we don't women anymore, man. We chickens. He goes, what? He goes, yeah, man. Hey, trust me, man. Just before you're ready to get off, snap that neck. He goes, sensation like you've never experienced in your life, right? So this kid, he thinks about it for a second. He goes, well, you know what? I'm hard up, man. Give me that chicken, right? So he goes, okay, here's your chicken. Go down the hall right here. Take a right, okay? Follow that hall all the way down to the end. The last door on the left, that's your room, right? So the guy goes down there, goes in the room, does this chicken up, man. So he's walking home. He's going, man, you know what? I'm going to go back there tomorrow and get me another chicken. That burger was pretty good. So, okay. Anyways, so he sees a family, blah, 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 blah. And he goes back the next morning, man, and walks in that place. Hey, man, give me another chicken. And the guy goes, oh, man, I got some bad news for you, bro. You killed our last one. But we got a show going on today. 2 guys off for $5. And the guy goes, man, I don't think I'm in it. He goes, hey, trust me, it's gonna be great, man. And besides, it's only $5, right? So the kid pays him $5. He goes, okay, go down the hall, go to the left this time, okay, all the way to the end of that hall, through the double doors on the right. Okay, so the kid goes down there and he opens them up, these double doors. He goes in, man, it's a theater-like thing. Wow, man, he's checking it out. Okay, and he sees an old friend from high school, and he sits down next to him. They start telling lies and bull. Okay, and the show gets going about 5 minutes in, and he goes, man, I'm not into watching this guy butter this other guy's bread, man. I'm getting out of here. And his buddy goes, no, man, hang out. But you should have been here yesterday. We saw some guy chicken.
All right, John,
okay.
What's your message to the world?
My message to the world is I want to know, and I want people to think deeply into your mind about this, because it is a deep question. How and where do you plan to spend your eternity? Right? Because of all the evil and ruthlessness in the world, man, where do you plan to spend it? Because eternity is going to be a long time. And the life we live here is short, okay? This is a test to see who's going to be able to walk hand in hand with the man, okay? This is a fact. And like the Ark of the Covenant, now listen to this. This box with the 2 doves touching wings and stuff on the top holds the wrath of God, they say, right? The wrath of God. Now, why is it the wrath of God? It's the power of God, okay? It holds the power of God. It's the 10 Commandments. It's the dust of the 10 Commandments. Now, see, there's stories in the Bible, too. Okay, this is a thing when I was in seminary, because I've read the Bible 17 times, cover to cover, okay? And I can quote it, okay? If these people on the streets around me right now want to know their fate, read the book between Esther and Psalms, and you will find your fate, okay? Because just like the last paragraph of the Old Testament of Revelation 22, the last chapter of Revelation, okay, states, he who is clean and washes and hangs his robe daily shall be clean, shall remain clean, and shall remain within my city walls. He who is filthy, the idolaters, the adulterers, the murderers, and the generally wicked will be bound, banished, and exiled from my city walls, and the streets will flow with blood, and my coming shall be swift.
All right, my friend. Thank you so much for this interview.
Okay.